What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here at About Trout, my name is James Garrettson. I am the owner and operator of the About Trout guide service, which we primarily guide the San Juan River in northwest New Mexico. We do some other fun things in southern Colorado as well. Today, we're going to tie a root beer Baetis. This is kind of a stripped down kind of guide version of it. It's getting warmer, spring has sprung, and this is one of my favorite nymph patterns for the small Baetis that we have here on the San Juan. If you're fishing other tailwaters in the southern Rockies and you're starting to see Baetis, I know this pattern will work for you. Just picked up this master vise not too long ago. Expect a review on that. And without further ado, let's tie some mayflies. Okay, I have a TMC 100 in the vise in size 22 with a root beer bead. It's glass in the midge size. You can substitute these out in the bigger sizes with tungsten if you'd like. I'm just going to come in behind the bead with 18-aught Semperfli Nano silk and the 18 denier, and I'm just going to kind of build a little taper here. Snip that off. Spin to the left. Uncord that thread. And I'm just wrapping right to about where the barb should be. Next, I'm going to grab some Mallard flank. So the original, a lot of guys tie these with wood duck. Mallard flanks way cheaper. I haven't noticed a difference. And it's guide season. So I'm just trying to crank out as many flies to be as most cost effective as possible. So I'm looking for a feather right now that has nice, even, not the tips aren't broken on it. So, just about half, 3/4 of a hook gap is kind of what I like in terms of how many to pluck from the stem. And, I'm a tailwater guide, so I definitely believe in the mantra, thin to win. So, 1 shank length, 3/4 of a shank length is kind of what we're going for here. Again, you can leave the tails long and uneven, but this is YouTube tying. So there we go. That's about a shank length, 3/4 of a shank length long. And then I'm going to wrap up about two eye widths behind the bead. What I'll do, sometimes the Semperfli Nano silk loses color. So I'm going to come in here with a honey brown marker. It's a Bic intensity marker, and I'm just going to tap it. It's okay if a little bit gets on the tails. That'll really keep that color. So now that we have that tied in, guys will put like legs on the side. I have not noticed a difference with the fish. I'm just going to pull, I have not noticed a difference in the fish carrying. I'm just going to pull a little bit of chocolate brown Antron for my dubbing. And I like to make these thoraxes a little beefier. But this is one of my absolute favorite Baetis patterns. So I'm just twisting that up. I really like doing these tying videos though with the macro lens, especially because I just tie and guide with so many small bugs. So I'm just going to come in here. I got a sort of tight rope and just build up a little thorax so it's nice and bulbous. Then I'm going to take the wood duck, pull it right over the top for the wingcase. Just going to do 2 little loose wraps behind or to cinch them down, and I'll just come in front with a quick one. We're just going to cut this right off. There we go. I'm going to grab my handy dandy whip finishing tool. I'm going to just do like a 2-turn whip finish, and you'll see why in a sec. Alright, so now that I have that seated, I'm going to come back over the top of it with some resins. I'm going to use Solares Thick, and I'm going to just put that on my bodkin. And I like to just start right behind the bead and work it back. So it takes it takes a little bit getting used to. So I went a little too thin there, so I can add a little more resin. You don't want to put a huge gob, and this is going to help really preserve that nice kind of cylindrical profile these Baetis have. So I'm just gonna come back in with a little dap. All right, so now I have a nice, smooth, and neat wing case, and I'm just gonna cook it with the light. And there you go. There's a root beer Baetis. That's kind of the guide stripped down version. You can crank these out, get a fish a ton of them. Let me know how it works for you in the comments below. Trout will eat this anywhere small mayflies exist. Thank you so much everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.